To all of the first responders here today, I want to thank you for all you do to keep our families safe. Your courage and selflessness is awe-inspiring, and New Jersey is grateful for your service. Today, I'm here to announce more than $5 million statewide in the Department of Homeland Security funding to keep New Jersey's fire departments well-staffed, well-equipped, and well-prepared for any challenge, and that includes $2.6 million for the Newark Fire Department. Safer grants help our fire department make new hires, and as the mayor said, this $2.6 million award will put another 20 firefighters on the job, saving lives here in Newark. But the Safer Grant Program, in addition to assistance to firefighter grants that support training and emergency preparedness, are also essential to our national security. I was in the House of Representatives during the attacks on September 11th, which drove home the need to bolster federal funding for our first responders, because on that fateful day, it was not the federal government or the armed forces or any other entity that responded on that fateful day. It was local police, local firefighters, local emergency management that responded. And in the post-September 11th world that we live in, having a robust fire and police department in our municipalities, certainly the state's largest city, is critically important. So since 2001, I'm proud to have secured over $174 million in AFG funding to bolster our emergency preparedness. That's in addition to more than $250 million in Safer grants that I've secured since entering the Senate in 2006 for recruiting and retaining and hiring firefighters across New Jersey. In recent years, I've worked hard to keep funding for our first responders off the chopping block. Last year, I joined Senator John McCain on legislation to reauthorize these grant programs, which passed the Senate and are expected to pass the House of Representatives. These programs are vital to keeping the 30,000 fire departments across America prepared for today's challenges. Whether it be battling forest fires out west, rescuing families in burning buildings, responding to terrorist threats, or answering the more than 30 million emergency calls that come in every single year. So let me say to the firefighters and emergency personnel here today that so long as I'm New Jersey's senior senator, you better believe that I will fight back against any proposal that undermines the heroic work that you all do each and every day. And in the midst of these budget fights, public safety has to be one of our top priorities. Now, I know that these days it seems like the partisanship and division in Washington makes it hard to get anything done. But I want you to know that these grants aren't the only big win that we've scored for New Jersey firefighters this week. 2 years ago, I introduced the Firefighter Cancer Registry Act in response to data indicating that cancer is the #1 leading cause of death among firefighters. That legislation was designed to direct the Center for Disease Control and Prevention to begin tracking and studying the links between these deadly cancers and the exposure to fumes and toxins firefighters encounter throughout their careers. Earlier this summer, I was pleased finally to get the law passed by Congress and signed into law by the President. But in Washington, creating a new program is only half the battle. You also have to win the funding. And this week in the Senate, I'm proud to have secured $1 million in startup funding for the Center for Disease Control to get the Firefighter Cancer Registry Act up and running. It is going to be a reality. For doctors, researchers, and health experts, we know that data is often the key to unlocking new discoveries. And these discoveries can take many shapes, from the development of better safety protocols to protect firefighters, to the type of equipment that they wear so that they're less exposed to toxins and carcinogens, to the nature of how we ultimately build things, including furniture, so that we create less toxic material in them, so that when these men and women go rushing into a building, when everybody else is running away, that they are less exposed to toxins that can ultimately claim their life. And that is an effort. It's a discovery of life-saving treatments that we think are going to be critically important. Of course, we know that the work doesn't end with the Firefighter Cancer Registry Act. We need to make sure our firefighters have access to quality and affordable health care, and that we don't let this administration take us back to when insurance companies could discriminate against patients with pre-existing conditions like smoke inhalation. We need to protect investments in federally funded medical research and continue efforts to prevent, treat, and God willing, someday cure cancer. And of course, we need to keep fighting to make sure that our fire departments are fully staffed and fully stocked with the equipment they need to tame flames, rescue those in harm's way, and keep our families safe. We can have all the pumpers in the world, we can have the best equipment, but it's only a firefighter using that equipment that saves lives, and that's why hiring firefighters is so important. New Jersey's firefighters embody professionalism, courage, and selflessness, and it's nothing short of awe-inspiring. As I always say, it defies all logic and reason that you find these men and women running into a burning building when everybody is running away from it. Those who on September 11th ran into the World Trade Center when everybody was fleeing. In my eyes, that embodies the spirit of community that binds us together as Americans. We do not know what new challenges lie ahead, what tragedies may demand your service, what emergency awaits you when the next call comes in. But when that bell rings, we know that we can count on you to answer the call.